Chapter 15. Stella made her way up the mountain, over rocks and under fallen trees. Nicholas and Edward kept up with the bigger animal because Stella stopped often. She stopped to catch her breath and to rest. She stopped to admire the landscape. Sometimes she just stopped to talk.
Sure enough, this land all belonged to native people long ago. They lived all through here. They even fought a war with the English here. Sad times, I am sure,
Stella was saying.
Animals know the history. We remember and tell the stories from one generation to the next. Isn't that so?
My family's journal is how we remember the old times.
You know, my family is one of the oldest back east, Edward said.
Come on, it's best we keep moving,
Stella said. The three animals were approaching a part of the old forest. The going was slow. The ground was steep and rocky. The trees were large but grew bent over from years of strong winds and rain.
These are the oldest trees around,
Stella said, pointing to a red oak tree.
Long ago, loggers and farmers couldn't get to these last trees. I guess the ground was just too steep, so the trees just grew and grew.
Those trees have seen a lot of history, haven't they, Stella? Nicholas said.
That's right, my young friend. Some of these trees are 350 years old. Imagine that.
They started growing right after the Mayflower arrived. They were young trees during the American Revolution, and now look, they're still growing, Edward said.
I like to think of all the people and animals that have passed through history,
Stella said.
People are history, not just wars and such. People and their stories. Don't forget the animals, too. We play our part in history.
Stella wiped her face with her paws.
All kinds of animals. Cows, horses, and even pigs play a part in history,
Stella said.
Course, not just them. Beavers, birds, you name it. They had a hand in history.
The sun had set long ago. They left the oak trees behind. It was dark and cold. Stars peeked through the leaves from above. They trudged on silently. The trees thinned out and the ground leveled off. It felt mostly stony and cold to Nicholas. Stella was ahead, sniffing the night air.
We'll wait here. It won't take too long, she said, sitting down. You two stay close. Old Stella will keep you warm.
The two small animals moved in next to Stella, enjoying the warmth of her soft fur. Nicholas must have dozed off. He was dreaming his mom was welcoming him home, safe and sound, with a big hug. However, the voice he heard wasn't his mom's, and he felt a nudge.
Now pay attention and look off that way.
Stella gestured with her head toward the horizon. The sky was a clear, pale blue. Thin strips of jagged clouds streaked the horizon. They were black on top and washed with bright orange on the bottom. All at once, the sun emerged. The whole world seemed to be waking up. Birds called from the trees. Nicholas cheered, and Stella said,
That's right. That's the best show around. She never disappoints. Now, wait till the sun climbs a bit.
I don't believe I have ever seen such a sunrise, Edward said.
I reckon that's true,
Stella said.
You're standing on the highest land for a long ways around.
The sun rose higher. It lit up the land in a golden path from the sea to the base of the mountain.
Now, Look east as far as you can. That sparkle you see way out there is the ocean. That's the coast."
Nicholas was speechless. That was his destination. He never realized what he had gotten into. He was just a little mouse. Even with Edward's help, how was he going to get all the way to the coast? And if he made it to the coast, how would he find his uncle? Stella must have been reading his mind.
"Now don't you worry, Nicholas. I know it looks a long way off. I wouldn't have shown you the coast if I didn't have a way of getting you there. We'll have to hurry, though. We can't spend our time daydreaming up here. Now hurry and follow me."
Stella headed down the other side of the mountain. Nicholas wondered how she was going to get them to the coast. Edward shrugged, followed along behind, and wondered why they always had to hurry everywhere.